And we're doing collective readings. I love myself too. Sometimes I just start talking. Like, who's here? Who's talking back to me? Nobody, but I'm gonna start talking. Because once the camera's rolling, I just keep going. Like, that's how you gotta do things sometimes. Sometimes you're doing it for yourself, and whoever wants to join can join. You know what I'm saying? So, but we live, baby. We're gonna do some collective readings and see what the vibes are. I was tapping in right before doing this, and the most interesting thing happened. Enlightenment is showing up right now with Battle of the Blues. That was right next to it. So an interesting thing happened. I had scheduled in my schedule to come on live, or whatever the case is. And then I got busy. And so I was like, oh, you know what? Let me go live on Thursday instead, right? Because I kind of took a look at my schedule again. And I was like, okay, maybe going live right now is not what's best for me. Let me actually, do it for later this week. So I was just going to put it off real quick because there were some other things that felt a little bit more urgent to take care of and to do. And then, I had a tiny bit of free time and I said, okay, let me go just take a break. Let me go lay down. Let me go relax. Let me go meditate. And in the midst of me like kind of relaxing and meditating, there was just something that was just like not feeling right. Like it's almost like I couldn't rest. I couldn't relax, which is not really a problem for me. Like if I decide I'm gonna go relax, I'm gonna relax. But it's like I couldn't do it. And it's not that I felt bad or anything. It was just like there was something in my like intuition that was just saying there's something better that I could be doing, right? Like rest is productive. I'm a firm believer that like to be productive, you need to rest. So if you're really, really like gung-ho on work, then you should be just as gung-ho on your health, on resting, things of that sort, right? Like I do believe in that. So for me, the rest time is just as important as my work time. But it's almost like I felt really well rested. Like I didn't feel so tired. I didn't feel burned out. I didn't feel like I was doing too much or whatever the case is. So I decided, I was like, you know what? Let me figure out what's going on, because in my rest time, there's like this fire in me that's just saying like, there's something else you could be doing. There's something else you could be doing, right? And usually my rest time, I'm like so in alignment with it. I'm like, this is perfect. So as I'm laying there and I'm trying to figure out, okay, what's the thing? What's up? What's going on? I end up realizing like, oh shoot, I did have plans to go live earlier. I didn't go live. Let me go live. But I'm like, is that what's smart? Like, should I really go live? Like, is that necessary? And something just like came over me and I was like, you know what? Yeah. I don't know who needs it. I don't know why. I'm not sure why that would be important, but fuck it. I'm gonna go live. Let's do it, right? So I'm here now, right? That energy was really coming off because I understood I wanted to do readings today. That energy was really coming off for the collective. Let me tell you something, boo bop, sugar pie, honey bun, as I see 333 on the clock right now. There's something about an opportunity that you could be sitting on, right? There's an opportunity you could be sitting on. Something that if you were to like do the thing, if you were to just step up, step in and do it, it could lead you to something so much better. But you might not deem it as something important. Like you could be putting other stuff in front of it. Like other things could seem more urgent, more necessary. It needs your attention. And so you're not necessarily like going towards this opportunity, but it's like, that could be a mistake. Hi, hello. I love your vids. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you're here. I really am. But yeah, I'm just like, there's something about, and like, okay, let me be so clear, boobop. Opportunities are not just, these big life-changing situations, or opportunities aren't always like this thing that just feels like, it's always what you wanted. Sometimes an opportunity is a moment for you to learn, for a door to open, for something to happen, for you to experience something that ends up bettering your life, improving your life, even in ways that you don't see coming, right? So like, for example, an opportunity could be something as big as a new job offer, or as big as, you getting proposed to or proposing to someone, to something as small as if you were to go to the mall today, because your intuition is guiding you to the mall. If you were to go, it's at the mall that you're going to have the perfect idea, because your subconscious is going to catch on to something, and you're going to have the perfect idea, and it's literally going to be an opportunity for you to create the thing that you felt blocked in creating. Okay. So you don't realize that going to the mall is an opportunity, but it is. Okay. So it's like there's something about a missed opportunity, because there's a possibility that you might not be looking at something as important, or you could be overlooking something. And it's necessary for you to like dive into it. It's necessary for you to like put in some effort towards something. I keep seeing angel numbers every time I look at that clock. So it's like the divine is talking, okay? They're talking. They're just like, don't miss out on this opportunity. So we're going to do a collective reading to see what's up, what y'all need to know, what's going on. Hi, hello, hello, hello. What's going on? Boop, bop. And we're going to see what's happening. Yeah, you got unicorn. Okay. All right. I already see where this is going. Stop playing. And then you have creative wonderment. Let me tell you something. Okay. With the unicorn, okay, you have a very specific way of seeing things or thinking that things need to happen, right? So for you, if you're trying to make something happen, if you're going after a dream, if you have, I don't know, some chores you got to do for the day, in your head, there's a very specific way that it all has to go down, right? So you come up with certain things in your life. You come up with schedules, you come up with, ideas, stories you tell yourself that are like, in order for me to get this, I have to do this. But the truth of the matter is like, that's not true. That's only one way. You only know one way to get what it is that you want. And your divine team is like, yeah, miracles and things that seem impossible are trying to show up in your life, right? But because you're such a stickler on how it's supposed to look, or you can be a stickler on how it's supposed to look, you're not looking in that direction, right? Thank you. I love your speech and I subbed. Oh, yay. Thank you so much. I'm so happy. Welcome to the family, baby. Hello. Right? So it's like, when it comes to this unicorn, it's like the divine's like, look, you are such a stickler on how things are supposed to go. You're not recognizing an opportunity when an opportunity shows up. An opportunity could be an invitation to go to, I don't know, some sort of gathering. And for you, you're like, ooh, I have so much to do. I can't go to this gathering. I have something that I am so focused on. I need to make this happen for myself. To go to this gathering would take away from my time. It would take away from my schedule. It would take away from this, that, and a third. Because everything else feels so urgent to you, you're not realizing that prayer that you just prayed to God about, please, can you please help me find, the thing that I need. Help me find the resource I need. Help me find the people that I need in order for them to help me in my business. You don't realize that it's that gathering that you're overlooking that's going to help you find it, right? That's the place that those people are going to be at. So it's like there's something you're overlooking, and your divine team's trying to get you to like backtrack a little bit and take a look at it again. Like, think twice. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's something that you're kind of like seeing as not so important, but it actually very much is important, and you should give it the time of day. Hey, like you should absolutely give it the time of day, because you're sitting on something, and it might not even be outside of you. It could be something that like you actually have full-blown control over. Like for you, you could have 17, let's not say 17. If you have 17 things on your list, like let's bring that list down, okay? But let's say you have 5 really important things on your list, or whatever the case is, and all 5 of those things have to do with like work and housework and things of that sort. But then there's this 6th thing that you really want to do. So let's say you want to start writing your book or something like that. You are not going to write this book because in your head, it's not important, or you have other things that are more pressing and more important for you to do, right? So because you're looking at it from that perspective, you're like, missing out on this opportunity. Because if you just dive in to writing this book, you may find that you write it much quicker than you think, or you may find that in the midst of writing it, you get this clarity that you need for some of your other projects. Like, it's almost like your divine team is like you're really overlooking something that you should not be overlooking. You're really about to like put something off. You're procrastinating. That's what it is. That's what they're saying. You're procrastinating on something, boo bop, that you really should not procrastinate on. It's like you're very focused on the things that feel urgent, but sometimes things are urgent and not necessarily important. Whereas to the thing that might be important might not be urgent, and you actually need to focus on the thing that's important and may not be urgent. So like writing the book, this is just an example, but writing a book, writing your manuscript to you is not urgent. Paying your bill is urgent and important. So now you're in this mode of how do I pay this bill? How do I pay this bill? How do I pay this bill? And what you're not realizing is if you took a moment to not stress for a second and you decided, okay, I don't have the answers yet, but I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to put some effort towards writing this book. You'll be surprised that in the research you're doing or in the midst of writing it, your brain goes into full-blown like rest mode and relax mode. And then your subconscious brings you an idea that helps you to go ahead and pay your bill. But you're not recognizing that and you're not following that. And since you're not following that, you're kind of like, I don't know what to do, but your divine team is like, you have the answers. If you've been seeing, listen to me. If you've been seeing messages, like, if you've been seeing like angel numbers 111, 555, 333, sometimes 444, if you've been seeing a lot of messages that are just like, it's coming, it's happening, your divine team is making it happen. If you've been seeing a lot of like synchronicities that are like like close to whatever it is that you're trying to figure out, that's your divine team letting you know you found it. That's your divine team letting you know that the answer is literally right there. It's right in your hands. It's right in your face. It's right in your intuition. You're intuitively aligned with it. It's just you may not follow it. You may not let the guidance guide you because it's not your norm. It's not what you're used to. So if for you, you're like, I've been applying to multiple jobs and trying to get a job and nothing is working, to you, you have to keep applying and keep applying and keep applying and keep applying. Meanwhile, your intuition is just like, hey, you should take a nap. Hey, you should, do that thing you learned from that meditation retreat you took 3 years ago. And for you, you're like, yeah, I'll get to that. That's not urgent though. I need to figure out a way to get this job. And what you're not realizing is like that nap that you keep not taking, that visualization that you keep not doing is actually the thing that's going to get you exactly where you need to go. It's going to get you that job. It's going to help you understand and see what you need to see for you to get what you need to get. Like you already have the answers, boo bop, sugar pie, honey bun. You do. You found it. You have it. It's in your life. It's in your hands. Are you listening to it? Right? Listening to it might be scary because it doesn't look like what life keeps telling you it should look like, right? Like there's a way to do things. And it's like your divine team is like, nah, baby, like you are a unicorn. When you tell your life, when you talk about your success story, it's like God wants to use you, right? 333 again. God wants to use you. The divine wants to use you. The universe wants to use you. It's kind of like you're not going to tell the same story everybody told, right? You're not going to be that person that's like, I went outside of myself and sold my soul and worked so hard to get to where I needed to get to. You're going to be that story that's like the shocking story. Like, I'm sorry, how did you do it? You had 100% faith? Excuse me? Wait, I'm sorry. How did you do it? You worked on your confidence? Excuse me? Like, it's like you're going to be that person that's like, literally, there's no other way to explain it other than God. There's no other way to explain it other than the universe got my back. Period. Point blank, period. Like for you, you don't want to invest in that thing that you're feeling so drawn to invest in. And it's like because of the fear. It's like you're waiting for you to have a certain amount before you can invest. And not just money, it could be time, it could be energy, right? You don't want to put effort and energy towards something because it's not your norm or because like you're scared. Your divine team is like, it's the answer. Like, put the effort, put the energy, do the thing, make it happen. Because even if it seems like it's so left field from where you're trying to go, even if it seems like it's not going to generate answers that you're looking for, that don't matter. It still does, right? It don't matter what it looks like. It don't matter what it seems like. Unicorn, baby. Unicorn. Magical things are happening here. Do you see what I'm saying? How often have people seen unicorns? Do you see what I'm saying? Just because you haven't seen it and they haven't seen it don't mean they don't exist. You actually don't know. You ain't never seen it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like there is this energy where the divine's like, you found it. You're in it. And all we need you to do is trust that. Is literally to like you need to be so incredibly certain. Like, so incredibly certain that your intuition isn't guiding you in the wrong direction. Like, there's a doubt that you have, and it's not even like because you doubt yourself. It's more so because you're just used to something. Like, it's like your habits. You're used to going after things a certain way. You're used to, being worried about judgment. You're used to, oh my gosh, I can't make this stuff up. It's like you're used to life looking a certain way. It says, let your fears dissolve. Let that shit go. Let your fears dissolve. You don't have to be afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of here. It's like your divine team is like, yo, like, jump in. And it's Sagittarius season. Sagittarius season is all about taking a leap of faith. It's all about jumping in, trying the thing, right? So it's like, let your fears dissolve. Let yourself do the thing that scares you. And that's literally the message. Like, it's like earlier when I was like, ooh, I will just I'll go live later. It's not that it was scary to me. It's not that it was something I couldn't do or didn't want to do. It's literally just that there were more quote unquote pressing matters in my head, right? When I'm looking at my schedule, when I'm looking at all the things that I need to do, I was running a little bit late. I'm like, damn. I don't know if I could go live, but I already made the commitment. There's something in me that just felt like you need to go live today. There's just something about it. I don't know. Maybe one of y'all really need this message. Maybe someone later is going to watch this message. Maybe this is for me, right? Maybe I am doing something for myself right now and I don't even realize it. Either way, I was going to put it off because it didn't seem pressing to the other things. And I literally just said, you know what? I know there's other things to do. I know this is my rest time. I know that I have a whole night of like things I need to focus on. But I'm going to go live. I'm going to find a way to go live. If I got to go live for 20 minutes, got to go live for an hour, I'm going to do it. There's something that you're holding back on because you don't think it's important, but it's like the thing. It's like what your divine team is trying to get you to do. And it's like, this could be something that you need to do because it's going to help your confidence with something else. So like, for example, that book you're not touching, right? Let's say you've been thinking about reading a book or buying a book and it's been coming up in your mind. It's been coming up in different kind of ways, but you're just like, when it comes to my budget, there's just other things that are more important for me to buy. Do you know what I mean? Because you're doing that, you know what's happening? You're in a position where it's like, you don't even realize that you're saying no to your answered prayer. You're saying no to the thing that you genuinely need. I'm still here. I won't leave. That's great. I'm so happy for you. Keep going, girly. Thanks. That's so sweet. I appreciate you. And hello. Right? But like, it's like, even though you haven't paid that bill yet, and like, let's say you're putting the bill up against this book that you keep being guided to get, you'll be surprised that in getting that book, you end up with a surplus, right? Where you can pay all your bills with ease and you don't ever have to question it because that book gave you such information that just opened doors for you that you didn't even see coming. But you're so afraid and you're so certain that you don't have enough, right? You're sitting in your lack. So much so that you are putting aside what could be a phenomenal opportunity for you. Like literally the other day, I was so incredibly busy. I had so much to do. And I kept feeling intuitively, something just kept saying, go to the mall, go to the mall, go to the mall, go to the mall, go to the mall. And I was just like, oh, like, should I really? And I was like, you know what? It's true. I have been inside. I haven't been doing anything. I work with my divine team all the time. So I know that a lot of times when I get so focused on something or so focused on a project or whatever the case is, they'll take me away from it. So I'm just like, okay, that's fine. I'll go to the mall. I go to the mall. In my head, it's no big deal. Like, I don't know why I would be at this mall, what I need. I had no intentions of buying anything. But I end up going to the mall, and it's a normal freaking day. Okay? Except there's way more people because it was Black Friday. I was just like, okay, I didn't buy anything, but I happened to go into all the stores that I never go into. Like, something in me was just like, you know what? I've never actually been here. Let me go in this store. I've never been in that store. Let me go in this store. I've never been in that store. Let me go in this store. It's like all the stores that I wasn't used to, all the stores that like I wasn't, I wasn't like interested in. I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna go into these stores. I'm gonna check them out. For the first time ever in my entire life of going to any mall, I made connection after connection. Almost every store I walked into, I ended up with a business card of some sort because we had some sort of something in common. And it was like, we should totally connect. We should totally X, Y, and Z. I would love to help you with your project. And it was this thing where it's just like, wow, I had a completely different experience from every other experience I've ever had. And interestingly enough, going to the mall gave me inspiration for the things that I was working on. I don't know that. All I know is that the night before, I prayed to God and I asked God for guidance. I said, tomorrow, I have a lot to do, a lot to work on. I would love your guidance. And God said, go to the mall. And I had no clue what to expect. As a matter of fact, I've been to that mall all the time. It should be the same thing. But it changed the game for me. It changed my mindset. And because I operated differently in that mall, I ended up with connections that I didn't see coming. That's the type of stuff you might be missing out on because you're such a stickler on how it should be. And your divine team is like, if you just like let go of your fears, if you just like release the part of you that is so terrified that things are always not going to go the best way or things are going to be very difficult or like you don't have the time or the energy or sitting in lack, if you let go of that, you might just be guided to your like happily ever after. You might just be guided to your success. You might just be guided to the best of the best. Do you understand? Talk to me about you found it. Yeah, we got the star. Talk to me about unicorn. Talk to me about let your fears dissolve. That's right. I have to contain myself when I see these things. Can you keep streaming until 7? Because right now I have to pray. But I also want to watch this. My love, I'm pretty sure I'm going to save it. However, please go pray. I can't say how long I'll be on, but I'll do my best. And I think we're in different time zones. So we'll see what's up. But yes, go pray. Pray for everybody. Have fun. Enjoy. But okay. You have the star, the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. First of all, this is fantastic. This is beautiful. This is fantastic. Oh my gosh. It is absolutely gorgeous. Here's the thing that you need to understand. The divine is very much in your corner. The divine is putting you in a position where they want you to thrive, right? They have your back. The universe has your back like there's no tomorrow. And it's one of those things where it's like you're praying and manifesting things and they're giving you the downloads. They're saying, yeah, sure, here. Right? The problem is that you're so certain that it's gonna look a certain way. That's the issue. So you're manifesting love, and in your head, you're looking at every guy or every girl that walks into your life as a lover. And what you don't understand is that if you just allow yourself to release the idea that it has to look a certain way, and you just allow yourself to be friends, or you just allow yourself to like be open to meeting people, you might be surprised that in doing things differently, you find your lover in the best way possible. But because you might just be such a stickler on how it's supposed to go, you're missing out on the opportunity. So for you, you're going to the same spaces. Maybe you're going to the clubs. Maybe you're going to, certain places that you think you're going to find your lover and then getting disappointed when you don't. When in reality, the divine is like, go to Barnes and Noble. Go to the bookstore. I'm trying to get you to the bookstore. But you're such a stickler on, I can't buy that book that they keep trying to send me to go buy because I need to save my money for X, Y, and Z. And your divine team is like, just go to the bookstore, my dude. All I'm trying to get you to do is go to the bookstore. You just prayed for a lover and your lover's at the bookstore today at 6 p.m. Go to the bookstore at 6 p.m. But you keep fighting it, right? You don't want to go to the bookstore because you're not supposed to go to the bookstore at 6 p.m. At 6 p.m., you were supposed to go talk to Sue. Blah, 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 blah. You had all these other plans, right? And the divine's like, I'm answering your question. However, the truth is, it's not that you don't want to listen. It's just that there's a part of you that's scared. You're scared of the unknown. You're scared of doing things differently, right? You don't know what you're going to get, and the unknown kind of has you a little like shook. So there's a part of you that's just like, I know what I'm being guided to do because I feel like your intuition is extremely strong, right? Your third eye is heightened, okay, at this time. You know what you're being guided to do. It just seems unorthodox. So it's like in a time where you're asking for more money, you're being guided to go spend your last $5 at a cafe. And you don't understand why you're being guided to spend your last $5 at a cafe. But let me tell you something. In your head, you're seeing it from a very skewed perception. You're seeing that you are spending your last $5 at a cafe, and that doesn't make sense because all you have is $5. However, let me show you how the universe is seeing it. Let me show you how God's seeing it. God don't see it as that's your last $5. God sees it as you're about to make an investment in a place that is going to help you gain the clarity or gain the intention or whatever it is that you need in order for you to be inspired to go after the thing you need to go after. That cafe is not just paying for a quick little coffee or a quick little drink for you to sit down and just be like, why did I spend it? But instead, it's actually paying and investing in time for you to step away from your normal work routine, sit down at a cafe, have a moment to just breathe, enjoy something delicious, and then there goes that inspiration. Even if that inspiration don't hit while you're at the cafe, maybe a conversation gets sparked in that moment. Maybe something happens that gives you the inspiration that you don't even realize is giving you the inspiration. But you're such a stickler. You're so scared. You're terrified. You're like, I can't spend this last $5. You are the only one that's seeing it as your last $5. And since you're such a stickler on the idea that it's your last $5, that is how you're treating it. But that's not how the world sees you. The world sees you as abundant. There's no way that could possibly be your last $5 because the last time you said that it was your last $5, you ended up with more money. That was not your last $5. Your last $5 will literally be your last $5, which means you have no more money to spend for the rest of your life. That is the only way that you could ever have a last of anything, which means that your last $5 is never actually your last $5. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Your divine team is like, you're limited. And we're telling you that you have the answer you're looking for. The thing that heals it, the thing that changes the game, the thing that completely shifts things around for you or gets you what you want is in your hands. You have it. You think it's outside of you. You think it needs to look a certain way. You think you have to go after something else, but it's not true. It's like the divine's like, I'm telling you what to do. I'm telling you where to go. I'm telling you what to watch on Netflix. I'm telling you where to go. I'm telling you what to eat. I'm telling you these things because it ends up helping you in the long run. There's the need to listen to that intuition of yours, like for real, because there's something about you being so terrified of taking a leap. Because you just don't know what it comes with. You don't know like what it means. Yeah. Here's the thing. Let me tell you something, boo, about your brownie bun. Listen to me. You want your ultimate fulfillment. You want your ultimate happiness, but that's the issue. You're afraid of it too. And I think you got to get to a place where you tell yourself that you're afraid of it. Hello. You really do. You got to get to a place of understanding that the thing you're asking for, even if you want it so bad and you see yourself having it, you could visualize it and all that stuff. There's something about the process that you don't like. There's something about change that you're like, right? Or you're just a stickler on how it's supposed to go, right? So you tell yourself that you really want this particular job. And so you don't realize that in order for you to get that particular job, you got to lose the job you have or lose the business you have or lose something before you can get it. And in your head, you're like, no, see, when I said that I wanted this particular job, I meant that I wanted to finish the job that I had, put in my 2 weeks, make sure I secure the other job, and then move into the other job. And the divine's like, cute. That's cute. That's your plan. Right? Here's mine. Because what you don't know is that you're going to need time between the job you currently have and the job that you want, right? Actually, you think that you want a particular job due to the job that you currently have because you think that that job is going to be better than this job. But in the time of me taking away the current job that you have, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get clearer on what you truly want. And then you're going to manifest the right job. And then you're going to walk into the right career. But you don't know that yet. You know what I mean? You don't know that yet. So, of course, you're thinking that the world's against you because it didn't go down the way that you think it should have went down. But what you're asking for, you get, you receive. It just doesn't look the way that you think it's supposed to look. And that is what's holding you back. The fact that you have an idea of how this is all supposed to go down, the fact that you have an idea of how this is all supposed to play out, you're not realizing you're holding yourself back from something so beautiful that you intuitively feel. And that's the part. It's intuitive. You understand? It's intuitive. It's not something that like you're waiting for the divine to give you. It's intuitive. Like you feel it already. And it doesn't need to be big. It could be something as simple as like, you know what? I've been telling myself that I need to go do laundry and I've been sitting on the laundry. It's like something you're procrastinating. It's something you're not doing because you just don't have it high on your list. Like I said, if you have a list of 10 things that you have to get done in the week, there's the thing that your intuition is gnawing at you to go do. And then there's the other stuff that seem way more urgent. And you're picking or choosing to do the stuff that seems way more urgent when in reality, the most important thing is what your intuition's begging you to do. Because you don't know why your intuition's begging you to do it. But there's something in that. Yeah. Yep. I can't make this stuff up. Your Ace of Wands and then the 10 of Wands. It's almost like whatever you're being guided to do right now, it's difficult for you to do it or you see it as a burden. Like you see it as something that's like, I don't know why I would be guided to do that. Even if like somebody is connected, like very connected to their divine team. So it's like, even if it's clear to you what you need to do, like you're not actually confused about what it is, there's just a part of you that's just like, like you're fighting it. Like you're like, I don't know why I would be guided to do that in a time where I need to focus on this. I don't know why I'd be guided to do that in a time where I'm trying to get to this specific goal. Like that's so left field from my goal, right? So there's almost like, if you're approaching something from a very serious place, and it's because it's serious, so like let's say like for example you're in court or something like that, right? You're in court and you're like, I need to come up with the best strategy with my lawyer to make sure that I get X, Y, and Z. And then your divine team is literally guiding you to, I don't know, this is to go axe throwing. Fuck it. Let's say that's a thing. It's something you've never done or it's something you don't care to do right now. It's not money that you care to spend because you have this big bill that you have to pay your lawyer. You're not interested in spending any money. You're not interested in doing anything outside of really prepping for court. And your divine team is like, anyway, that's what I said. Go axe throwing. Go to paint night. Go hang out with those friends. Go say yes to that opportunity that just came in for you to go out. Go do that thing. And in your head, it's so left field from what it is that you're supposed to do. So that is the contradiction. That is the discrepancy. It's almost like for you, there's your intuition that's like, I know what I need to do. And then there is the ego that's like, there's no way that that's going to help me. There's no way that I should be doing that. I don't know why I'm thinking that. And it's like, you know why? Because you're intuitive. You don't need to know why that's the thing. But when you listen to it, you'll find out eventually. I'm seeing 555 again. Yeah, there's just something about your way, your perspective that needs to change. It needs to shift. Something about your perspective needs to shift. Tell me about the star. Yeah. It's like there's these beautiful opportunities, but you're just focused on what isn't working. You're focused on what hasn't worked. Like it's a habit for you. And then there's the other part where it's just like you could get the intuitive download or you could be so clear on what you need to do, but you're convinced it's not going to work. So this could even be something that you've tried maybe. Like you could have tried it once and it's just like, you're like, it didn't work. So you don't want to do it again. But it's just like, nope, work with me. The divine's like, work with me. 3 Pentacles, 8 of Wands. Something is going to go the distance. You could really be in that position where you're just like, I've been doing this for way too long. It hasn't worked or it failed, right? Yeah, for some of you, something failed. Something failed and that's what has you kind of like, but this time around, it goes the distance. Some of you are going back to something. Some of you are going back to something. That's why you're fighting it so hard. That's why you find it so difficult to do. Tell me about the 10 of Wands. Yeah. You have the 8 of Pentacles. It's like you're fighting this because there's a part of you that's just like, this is too hard. This is too much. It didn't work in the past. Or like, you know, a lot of people fail at this. There's something that you're convincing yourself it can't happen, or it's too much, or like you need more money in order for you to do it. You need more time in order for you to do it. And the divine's like, what? You need more what? The idea would not come to you. We would not give you the idea if you couldn't do it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, start believing that impossible things can take place. Like, start believing, just like you can believe that you need X, Y, and Z in order for stuff to happen. It's like, start believing that anything is possible. It's like they just want you to they want you to be a kid. You know what I mean? Like, they want you to come from like a very childlike perspective where you're just in a position of just being like, whatever, I'm just gonna go for it. Whatever, I'm just gonna take a risk. Whatever, I'm just gonna do the thing, right? It's like, be a mature kid, right? The kid that kind of looks at all the risks and then says, okay, it's worth it. You know what I mean? It's worth the risk. I love this enough to go ahead and take this risk. I believe my divine team enough. I have faith enough for me to take this risk. There's a risk you need to take, Boo Bop Sugar Pie Honey Bun. And it's very much connected to what it is that you want. That's the part. Tell me about the 9 of Cups. Yeah, you got the Ace of Swords, another ace. You're pulling 3 aces already. There's this new energy that's coming on in, and it's beautiful and it's fantastic, and something is working in your favor. But right before, and I literally mean right before it comes in, you start to have doubt. It's almost like if you are in a position where you're like ready to take something on. Yeah, like you're ready to take something on. You know it's intuitive. You know you should do it, but you're going to give yourself reasons why you shouldn't. Boo Bop. No. You're like, maybe I shouldn't do it, or maybe it's not going to work, or it hasn't worked. It's like you're convincing yourself because it hasn't worked yet that it's not going to work, but that's just not true. Can you tell me if I will manage to go abroad for job? I am not currently doing personals on live right now because I am currently holding an offer where it's a pay what you want for a reading. So as low as $1, you can pay $1 and get a reading. So you can go to my link if you want to do that. But next week, I'm pretty sure I'll be doing personal readings. And so if you don't end up doing that and you end up in the queue, we can try that. Okay. But yes, if anybody wants a personal reading, go to my link. It's a pay what you want for a reading. No problema. Okay. Which country am I from? I'm in United States. Where you're from, I would love to hear. Who's in the house? Talk to me. Let's see. What message do you have from my divine? Oh my goodness, my boo bops. Yeah, expectations in reverse when you got bad health. That's the issue. You're expecting the worst. That's the issue. That's where you're coming from. You're expecting the worst. You're expecting lack. But in reality, you don't even know how wealthy, how great you are, how successful you already are. You're expecting like the worst situation when in reality, it's like something comes through for you. Your divine team comes through for you. Greece is here. What's going on? Okay, Greece. Okay. South Africa. Hello. I love it. That is amazing. I love it. You got mature woman here too. I'm telling you, Boo Bop Sugar Pie Honey Bun, you got to just believe in yourself. That's what I'm seeing. You got to believe in yourself. You got to believe that your intuition's on point, that your divine team has your back, that you are in alignment. You really do, because it's like there are these beautiful opportunities, these beautiful energies that really want to come your way. Really, really want to come your way. And there's just... oh no, Sugar Pie Honey Bun. Like, it's like you're kind of, because you're expecting the worst, you're not willing to take the risk, but the risk is worth it. And if you just expect the best, you'll be surprised to see what shows up in your life, what ends up happening. It's like you've been living so seriously, you've been trying to make things happen and make sure you show up a certain way. Have some damn fun. Okay. Have some fun. That's what your divine team needs you to do. Hi from Colombia. Hi, Colombia. That's right. I love it. Y'all will make me so happy from everywhere. That's so exciting. Oh my goodness. All right, we're going to do one more collective, right? We're going to look at some love, some people, what's going on with relationships. If you are subscribed to my channel, then you know I talk a lot about lack and abundance mindset, relationships, and self-worth, right? Being authentic. So we're going to look at what's going on in relationships, what's being reflected back to the collective, and what we can expect, because it's good to know. Okay, let's see what's going on. Hopefully that last collective reading hits someone somewhere somehow, because we not missing out on opportunities because we scared no more. We're done doing that. We're done doing that. We've been scared for a long time, right? What you got to lose for real? Especially if you're in a position where you're like already semi-struggling, you might as well go all in. Why not? I'm telling you, in my worst of times where I had no home, no food, no anything, that is when I bet the hardest on myself. That's when I went all in. It's like when you just kind of put in that you have no choice but to succeed. It's not about the doubt. It's not about what did or did not work. At this point, you're just willing to do whatever it is you intuitively feel aligned with. And that was a lesson that I had to learn. And it was amazing to see what it did for my life. So please bet on yourself right now. Okay, boo bop, sugar bye, honey bun. Okay. All right, let's see what's going on when it comes to relationships. Some of you guys are very much focused on you. I'm feeling that strongly. I'm feeling a very independent, focused on me, can't tell me nothing kind of crew over here. But there's a little hidden message in there because I can feel that already with potential in reverse. That just popped off. Let me pull. Hold on. Let me get a different deck, because if we're going to do it, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Let me see something. Hold on. Might as well get the little love deck out and see what's going on, guys. What's really happening, right? I'm feeling this energy of like strong, independent people, not really looking for nothing, you know, been focused on your healing. Could have gone through a breakup. Doesn't have to be recently, but could have gone through a breakup. Let's see what's up. Time. You are trying too hard. Give it time. Okay. Bottom of the deck. All right, let's see something. We got playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together, and remember, love is the greatest healer. And then we have this pretty little thing over here. All right. This could, okay, I'm getting such an interesting vibe. This could be the older crowd and the younger crowd, right? So like when I say older, I mean like we're looking at people who think that they're getting old, right? Running out of time, right? So if that's your mindset where it's just like, damn, I'm getting old, I should be married, or I should have a family, or I should have a man, a woman, whatever the case may be, right? We're looking at that. And then we're looking at the younger crowd who is kind of in the energy of like, I'm just trying to have fun. I'm just trying to do me, right? And then also that feel like they're done having fun and they need something serious. So it's almost like, yeah, it just feels like a crowd of people who just think that they're running out of time. You're not running out of time. Let's just be clear, okay? You're not running out of time. Let me tell you something. Your person, whoever this is, they love your playful side. If you're single, that's what calls your person in. It is your playful side. It is your ability to have a sense of humor, to, you know, enjoy life, to not take things 100% too seriously. Honestly, I'm seeing that that's how you actually call in opportunities. That's how you call in relationships, connections, things of that sort. When you're like your most authentic, most genuine self, right? Like you're you for real. When no one's watching, you're so playful. You're very goofy. You're silly. You have this side to you that is so just like, you just do you. Like, you're just enjoying life, and you're playing and you're loving life, and it's like your person, the person that really is meant to be with you. So you could be with this person and this is how they feel, or you could be single and this is what you're calling in, or how you call this person in. But it's like they love your playful side. They love when you're just like you, right? You could consider it to be weird. You can even consider it to be something that, like, you don't ever want anybody to know. You're like, nobody ever needs to see the side of me. Nobody ever needs to connect to the side of me. But it's like, actually, that is what makes you the most attractive to your person. But let's see where this is going. Talk to me about playfulness. Okay. I don't got, all right. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. So this is doing a few things. I have a few different messages coming through here. We got the King of Wands, the Six of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, and the Magician. Okay. So let's talk Boobop. We got Pittsburgh. Okay, baby. What's going on, Pittsburgh? I like that. A lot. All right. Five of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Playfulness can also be the energy of a player or a game that's being played. Okay. I feel like that's like a past story, right? You could have dealt with a lot of player energy, right? Or games in general. It's just like a lot of situations that just didn't become serious. Do you know what I mean? Like, you could have dealt with people who just didn't really show up the way you needed them to show up, right? Or because you're so like lighthearted, they thought they could play with you. Okay. Here's the thing though. You may have been seen as someone who's like too playful, too much, you know, you don't take things seriously. And you may have looked at that as a negative, but it's actually the thing that calls in who and what you like is really meant for you. And it's kind of like whoever is truly meant for you, they're playful too, but they're also trying to see if you can be played with. So it's kind of like they're checking you out to see like, okay, are you the kind of person that I can play around with, or do I have to take you seriously? And it's like your connections, right? Especially if you deal with players, if you deal with people who like try to play games with you, right? They try to, you know, lead you in a certain direction. What that's teaching you, what that's getting you to do, it's actually getting you to like not play about yourself, right? This doesn't mean that you come off like super angry or aggravated or anything. It just means that you kind of play the game too. And by playing the game too, it doesn't mean that you play their game. It's just one of those things where when somebody tries to play with you, it's like, bring up them boundaries for me. Bring up them boundaries for me. If somebody tells you they're going to call you back in 30 minutes and they don't call you back for another 3 hours, you don't pick up that phone. You don't pick up that. You're big busy. Do you understand? You're big busy. Unless this is the type of person that specifically said, hey, something just came up. Can I call you in 3 hours? When they don't respect your time, when they don't respect your vibe, you pull back. You understand? You pull back. All right. Playfulness is to remind us of our inner children and that time is only a fixed mindset. Y'all, I like that. From Canada. What's up, Canada, baby? I'm a Scorpio and he's a douchebag and no hope at all. I hate that. It's fun when people hand you the scissors. Hey, you said it, okay? You said it. But not for real, guys. Like, the whole dealing with douchebags, players, things of that sort, they're just telling you to step into your power. That's it. You could have dealt with somebody who, like, you know, played around with your energy, played around with your time, kind of led you astray or led you in one direction or whatever the case is. And this doesn't have to even be romantic. It could have been these, friends that take you for granted, family members that, play with your time, play with your money a little bit or whatever the case is. But I'm telling you right now, like, it's like the number one thing it's teaching you is to not play about you. That reflection is just a reflection back of like, oh, you playing with your own energy, baby. That's why these people think they can play with you too. They're testing you. And I feel like you're a person, right? Whoever that is, whether they're in your life now or coming, your person actually really loves it when you are playful, but you can't be played with. Like, you stand on business. Like, hey, it's all fun and games and we cool and we chill, but you not gonna step on my boundaries because I promise you, I'm big pimping over here. Right? We not gonna fight. We not gonna argue about little things. You just gonna learn today because actions always speak louder than words. Right? We're gonna have very important conversations so that we understand one another. But once you show me that you're not interested in understanding me, once you show me that you still want to play these games, that's when I pull back. Right? And you might be the kind of person that's a little attached, right? I do get that. Like, if you end up liking someone more than maybe they like you, or if you just really end up liking someone, you kind of have a way of seeing things. So you do want things to be successful. So you're willing to do whatever you need to do for it to be successful. So you might be more lighthearted than not. You might not speak your truth about certain things. And if you do, it's coming from a place of like extreme anger instead of a place of like, okay, let's be neutral and like, let me speak up immediately so that I don't let everything like harbor in. Okay. So there's something about like when you like someone, you want to hold them down. You want to have them. You're a very loyal kind of person. But if we're going to talk about the toxic sides, because here we get authentic, we get real. The toxic side of things is holding on and being loyal to what's not holding on to you or being loyal to you, draining your energy. That don't work for you, boo bop, sugar pie, honey bun, right? So there's something here where it's like the douchebags, the players, the people in your life that come in, and this is everybody, they're all checking to see if they can play with you. If you really are the magic that you truly are. If you really are as strong as you truly are. They're seeing what they can get away with. And that's something that you need to know. It's like something that you're learning in your life. Don't let people play with you. And the only way that you can do that is to not play about yourself. I'm also hearing someone could be the kind of person that like when it comes to, I don't know, it's like your plans or something. Like if you're dating someone, when it comes to your plans, you're like willing to move your plans around for this person or something, or that's what you've done in the past. Let me tell you something. You could do that once. Maybe you could do that twice. But you cannot do that all the time. You can't. There is a difference between prioritizing quality time with someone versus moving your schedule around specifically to cater to what someone wants. Those two things are so incredibly different. And so there's a very strong need to check yourself and how you're showing up in relationships, because people will play with you when you play about yourself. That's what I'm getting very strongly. It's almost like you deserve to have these beautiful relationships. And I do see them coming through because people are actually quite serious about you, right? Again, romantic, platonic, doesn't matter. People are quite serious about you, but they check to see how serious you are about yourself. And that's to teach you how to be serious about yourself, how to uphold your boundaries, how to like pull back when you need to pull back, okay? So there's definitely a vibe here where it's like, be a little more on top of how you're showing up in certain relationships or when you're connecting to certain people, because people are very attracted to you. That's the thing. They see you as very, very attractive. Oh my God, you look good, boo bop. Do you understand? Like, you're fire. You get a lot of attention, even if the attention's not in your face. So even if you haven't had a lot of people come up to you and tell you how gorgeous you are, how handsome you are, how amazing you are, that don't matter, right? How many times have you seen somebody and thought they looked good and didn't tell them, right? For whatever reason. The reality is you get a lot of attention. A lot of people are interested in you. A lot of people, they talk about you. Sometimes when they meet you, they're kind of shocked. They're like, damn, like, you're cool. That's what I get. You cool. Like, you're a cool boo bop. However, when they get to know you, they start to realize you don't have as many boundaries as they may have thought. So you could actually be somebody that comes off like intimidating at first, and then people get to know you and they're like, oh my God, you're actually mad cool. And then they really get to know you and they're like, oh my God, once you like me, once you let me in, I can kind of walk all over you and all your power goes away. Cool. Let me take that for granted. Let me play with that as much as possible. Yeah, but people really, really like you. They really, really, really like you. Like, that's something where, like, I feel like, yeah, you're a vibe. You're a vibe. You make people feel at home. You make people feel like they, you know, it's like an immediate trust type thing, especially because you have such a youthful energy. There's something about you that's just, it comes off really youthful. Like, you could be a people person. Like, you like to talk to people. You like to meet different people, whatever the case is. You ask questions. Like, you're easy to talk to. I also see that, like, almost, I'm not gonna say every single person, like, I can't say that, but there's definitely somebody from your past that still very much reminisces about you, thinks about you on a regular basis. If you're dating someone right now, they very much like you. So it's like, no matter who you were dealing with, they like you. They're pulling all cups, right? They're pulling all emotion. They like you. They're into you. They're all those things. It's just, they play with you because you play with yourself, like, straight up. And again, if this is like, if you're thinking about somebody and they're like extremely toxic, it don't matter if they like you or not. Their actions matter the most. Okay. Let's never forget. Okay. Let's never forget. This doesn't mean like, oh my God, maybe I can give them a chance. Like, hey, that's your life. But it's one of those things where it's like, I'm telling you right now, don't think, ooh, I should run back to that toxic person. Like, no, that's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is the stories you're telling yourself is, I'm too intimidated. I keep getting played. I keep, X, Y, and Z. Like, no, people are matching your energy because they play with you because you're playing about yourself. You don't take yourself seriously. You don't uphold your boundaries. You get attached to people, right? So now they show you what that looks like. And that's the harsh truth. However, when it comes to emotions towards you, they like you. They like you. People like you. People see you and they're like, damn, I do want to connect with this person. I do want to give to this person. Of course, you have your players. Like, don't play these games. Of course, you're going to have your players. Of course, you're going to have people that, think they could get away with certain things. But for the most part, Boo Bop, people fucks with you. You understand? All right, girl, you look fabulous. Oh my God, thank you. I appreciate that. Nothing but love. Right? But it's like, this right here is that energy of like, yeah, people love who you are naturally. You're naturally playful. You're naturally somebody who's like, you're just a vibe. You're a vibe, okay? They like you, but they breadcrumb you because you breadcrumb yourself. I'm telling you, like, if you are subscribed to my channel, I say it all the time. Everyone is a mirror of you. Like, that is what I want everyone to understand. No matter how difficult the situation is, even when you're like, I would never treat somebody the way this person treated me, I promise you, they're teaching you something. They're getting you to see something because you can't see it in yourself, right? You kind of need someone else to see what you're doing, who you are, things of that sort, right? So there's something here where it's like people come into your life and it's like, even when they want to be serious about you, they can't be serious about you. It's like it's giving like you could be a procrastinator. You could be the kind of person that like flakes on your own dreams. You kind of like hold back a little bit. You know what I mean? And there's just something here where it's like, don't do that. Like, you're such a vibe. And that's the problem. You don't realize that you're a vibe. That's the issue. It's like hitting me right now. Work with me, Boo Bop. You don't realize you're the vibe. You keep operating as if you are the lucky one that found all these people. And here's the thing. That could be true, but they're just as lucky. That's the part you don't realize. Like, there's extreme insecurities, and it's because you don't take yourself seriously. Like, yeah, you're playful, but you're still serious, Boo Bop. Like, you still have a lot to give, Boo Bop. Like, you're still fire, Boo Bop. Do you understand? Do you understand? Just subscribe, girl. Hey, welcome to the family. What's going on, Boo Bop? Oh, I love it. Right? But, like, don't play these games. Like, you don't realize that people feel lucky when they get to experience your energy. And since you don't realize that, you walk around with all the insecurities and then you operate as the lucky one. Or you operate as the one that's like, you know, I don't know, I'm just here. Like you, it's like you shrink. And it's like, sit up for me. Recognize who you are. Stop playing these games. Stop playing these games. Say about that Six of Wands. Yeah, you got the Two of Pentacles. Like, you are fire, but you're constantly questioning yourself. You doubt yourself all the time. Yeah, you big pimpin'. Stop playing these games. You're big pimpin'. That's the thing. You may only see yourself as like, it's like you don't take yourself seriously. And that's what your divine team is trying to change about you. And about you, maybe not about you, but they're trying to get you to see like you actually should take yourself seriously. You should take your dreams seriously. You should take your like wants seriously. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, oh man. Boobop. Like, you're sitting on you're sleeping on yourself right now. You're sleeping. So it's like every relationship that enters your life shows you how you're sleeping on yourself. They play you. You could have been in situations where it's like third party stuff. It's always a comparison with someone else. That's because you compare yourself all the time. You could be in situations where it's like people are just extremely mean to you. Well, check how you speak to yourself. What's one of the first things you're saying to yourself on a daily basis, right? It's like, it's not that you're not liked or not seen or not appreciated. It's just, it's a reflection back to how you see you. And like, you're fire and you don't realize it. So now the divine's like, okay, bet. You have to see that it's not okay for people to treat you this way so that you can stop treating you this way. So that you can actually wake up to the fact that you are the power. You are the beauty. You are the handsome one. You are who you are meant to be. You are a lot more than you give yourself credit for. Right? You have the Knight of Swords here too. So it's like you're kind of walking around questioning whether or not you matter. And it's like, yo, that shouldn't be a question. Of course you matter. Of course you matter. Of course you're important. Of course you should be treated with love and respect. Of course. But you don't see it that way. Right? That's the thing too. I'm hearing like you could say all the affirmations in the world, like I'm amazing and everybody loves me and but you don't believe it. Like for you, you're like, I'm always going to go through this. I'm always going to experience this. I'm always going to. That's the story you keep telling yourself. And Boo Bop Sugar Pie Honey Bun, I need you to stop. I need you to stop telling yourself that story because that story is outdated. That story was never true. And whoever put that story in your mind, you need to take a look at them. You need to visualize them and you need to say, thank you, right? Thank you for telling me this story, but I don't believe it no more. That was your truth, but it's not my truth. That was your perception, but it's not my perception because you're so much more than that. So much more than that. But you don't see it. So now you get played. And all that's doing is it's just adding to your story. You keep telling the story that you're not enough or you're not important enough. And so therefore, that's what happens. What's up? Hold on. Someone's at my door. What's going on? I'm on live. No. You know, people gotta come in like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what I'm saying for you. It's like, you don't get played by people. You're playing yourself. So now people feel the permission. You hear me? People feel the permission to play with you too. Only you can stop it. Like, if I don't respect myself, nobody will. Exactly. Hands down. That's the thing. We get so angry and so mad when people come up and disrespect us. How dare you? How are they supposed to know that they can't disrespect you? How are they supposed to know that? How are they supposed to know that it's not okay to treat you a certain way until you tell them that it's not okay? Because the thing is that we all live in completely different lives. So that person could get away with it with everybody because everybody's just like, whatever. But with you, you don't tolerate it. So you have to stand on business. But if you're taking yourself as a joke and you just allow the disrespect to come through, oh my gosh, why would they stop? Why would they change? Do you see what I'm saying? So there's something here where it's like, there is the need to pull back your energy from people and actually like take yourself seriously. If you're dating someone new, if you're friends with someone new, you don't have all the time in the world for them. Not because you are this asshole that doesn't care about people, but because you deserve to give yourself some time. So if you said that you had a project that you were going to work on all day, and then your friend says, hey, let's go to the mall. I really need to go get something and I really need your help. And you have a project to work on all day. Period. Stick to what the hell you said you were going to do. Don't be that friend. Don't be that family member that's there no matter what. Right? If it's an emergency, that's different. A real that's different. Be reliable without completely draining yourself. Be reliable without completely being unreliable to yourself. You say you're going to do something, do it. Truly do it. Unless you intuitively feel, ooh, I should go with this friend. I do feel like this is a sign that I need to X, Y, and Z. Okay. But there's something about you will drop everything that you need to do. You will put yourself in a bind. You will hold yourself back just to please another person. And your divine team's like, bet, no problem. So now because all you're thinking about is them, who you think they're thinking about? You think they're thinking about you? Absolutely not. There is no energy coming towards you. It is about them. So now everything they do is going to be about them. Yeah, I'm dating so-and-so, but I really want to see what so-and-so is about. Yeah, I'm connected to this person, but I really want to connect to that person over there. So now it's not about you. It's not about your feelings. It's not about how you see life. It's not about how they're hurting you. It's about them and what they want because you've taught them that that's all that matters. You don't matter enough. Not to you, so you can't matter enough to them. That's what these players come into your life, teaching you, showing you, getting you to see. Tell me about that Four of Pentacles. That's right. That's right. You have the Five of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and you have the Page of Wands here. For that Four of Pentacles, it's like you have this energy about you where it's like all your guard is down when it comes to people. You may have a wall up at first with people, but you put your entire guard down. I think it's okay to have a guard up, and that guard should be a boundary. That's important. When you don't have any boundaries, people will play with you however they want to because they can get away with it, right? So there's something here where it's like you are in a position where you're consistently like looking at yourself as not that serious, or people don't take seriously, or they shouldn't take you seriously because like you don't want anything serious and That's not true. You're lying to yourself. You're actually Big Boss Don. Don't play these games. You're actually somebody that's very important in life, and like you have big dreams, but it's like you shut yourself down, or you like tell yourself to stop talking or stop going for it because it's almost like you don't want to, okay. So it's like you don't want to be rejected. It's like you don't want to show your true self. You don't want to show up in your truth. You don't want to like actually feel things and actually express your truth because you already get shut down when you're being your playful self and you're kind of like not being authentic and it hurts. Why would you show up truly as yourself and get shut down? It's like the rejection is too much for you. So you'd rather just show like you're just not that important. Like it's no big deal. Like it's fine. This could have came from family, childhood, or a really tough relationship that you went through. Like you just started trusting what other people were saying, or like you could have had ideas and dreams and people were just like shutting it down as a joke. Like, please, you're never gonna do that. Oh my gosh, stop playing. Like that don't even look like you. Like you're never gonna accomplish that. So you kind of just shut yourself down. Like, yeah, that's true. Like that's true. Like I am thinking crazy. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, what? No, Bob, you're not thinking crazy, actually. You do have the ability to do it because the power is within you. The relationships in your life are trying to get you to see that you are the power. And the only reason why they treat you the way that they treat you is because of the way that you treat you. You see what I'm saying? The Magician, you got to change that. Yeah. You're lying to yourself. You got the Six of Wands yet again. I'm telling you, like your fire. You're fire in the way that you think. You're fire in the way that you are. You stand out to a lot of people. You could be popular. You could have a lot of people that know you, or like you are just someone that like gets attention, right? Whether it's platonic attention, whether it's attention when you go out, it doesn't matter. But you get attention, period. That Seven of Swords though, you lying. You hiding the truth of who you are. It's like you use entertainment, you use humor, you use jokes to kind of hide the truth of how you feel. To hide the fact that you're actually a serious ass person with real dreams, that you really want to go after certain things, that you really want to experience certain things. And there's a part of you that just kind of feels like, there's a part of you that just kind of feels like maybe I shouldn't show that part of myself. And it's like, yeah, you playing yourself. So now the connections that come into your life, these are all connections that are trying to get you to wake up to who you are, to wake up to the seriousness of you. And the way that they do that is they hurt you. Because when you're hurt, that's when you kind of don't really play as much. It's like you kind of have to sit and just question, okay, what do I need to change? We have miracle. Yeah. It's like your divine team's like, you got to start believing in miracles. You got to start believing that like the stuff that you think is impossible, like you having a really great person in your life, you having great friends, you becoming who you want to be, regardless of your circumstances, regardless of your background. You have to realize that miracles are very possible and that someone like you can absolutely have the things that you genuinely want to have. Oh my goodness. This is like, I don't know. I feel like you about to change your life though. That's what I feel. I feel like you about to change your life. There's something about, there's a reason why you're getting this message. There's a reason why you're here right now or gonna click on this video. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things where it's just like, oh, you don't even know how important you actually are, or you do know how important you actually are. You just acting like you don't. Because you are afraid of the rejection. You are afraid of what might happen. You have been rejected for too long. You've been playing yourself for so long. You just got used to it. But you got to step up and step out into who you supposed to be. Yeah. Learn to let go. You letting go of the story you've been telling yourself, boo bop, sugar pie, honey bun. Everyone watching that, this woman is the real deal. Thank you. I appreciate. Tarot cards, can you do a reading on me? I would love to do a reading for you, but because I'm currently doing my pay what you want readings, I'm not doing free readings on live. Next week, I may be doing so. So make sure you either come back then or go to the link in my bio, get a reading as low as $1. Okay. So literally, boo bop, sugar pie, honey bun, I'm telling you right now, it's just, you gotta let go of the story you're telling yourself. You gotta put yourself in the position of actually knowing and understanding that like, you matter. Like, you matter. You really do matter, but you've been playing yourself. And so therefore, you've been dealing with situations that really don't reflect what you deserve. Or you've been running from situations that do reflect what you deserve. You see what I'm saying? And it's just like, I see a miracle coming through. I see like you're literally about to like tap all the way into who you truly are. And you're not going to say no anymore to the things that you deserve, but you're also not going to accept the things that you don't deserve. And that's the bigger deal here. That's what I'm seeing for you. It's like you're done playing this game. Like, I feel like your life's about to change. Like, you're about to make a decision for yourself. Yeah, you got thief here. You're about to make a decision for yourself where it's like you're not dealing with people that keep stealing your time, stealing your energy, stealing your vibration just for you to like be a gift to them and receive nothing. Like, you're done doing that. Now it's all about mutually beneficial relationships. It's about actually tapping into the kind of people, the kind of energies that you actually deserve. Yeah, you got privileged lady. It's like, if you think that you're meant to just like be the kind of person that like everybody just takes advantage of, you're not. At all. And I do see that some stable connections are going to start coming into your life, but you just have to allow it. You have to allow the stable connection to come through. Yeah, there's definitely community coming through. There's definitely people in your life. People like you. They like you a lot, boo bob, because you are like, you're amazing. People like you. You shine. You're a vibe. You just don't see that. You don't see that. That's the thing. So you convince yourself and you tell the story that you're not liked. You act like you're no big deal. It's no big, it is a big deal. You are a big deal. Do you understand? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I hope you are. I really hope you are. So I'm going to leave the reading right here. I really hope that this is helpful in any way. Like I said, I am doing my pay what you want readings right now, which are available but won't be available for too long. So go ahead, check that out in my bio. However, I am seeing you learning a big lesson when it comes to people. And if you just allow yourself to step into your energy and go all in and stop being scared of beautiful things happening in your life, stop being scared of investing in yourself, in your time, in your energy, you're gonna generate some long-lasting, fantastic relationships with soulmates, with people that matter, with energies that you deserve. And I see that really, really strongly in your life. Like I see that happening for you. It's just you got to stop playing around like you don't deserve it. You got to stop stealing it from yourself. You keep taking yourself away from beautiful connections because you keep acting like you don't deserve them. And then sticking with connections that treat you like, You know what I'm saying? Sticking with connections that don't deserve you. I don't like that for you, Boo Bob. I really don't. Okay. But on Saturday, we're definitely going to do a little coaching session to talk about how we could switch this up, because this is a no for me and it should be a no for you. Okay. Hopefully this was helpful. I'm going to head out, but you know I love you. I really, really want the best for you. I hope you start wanting the best for you too. If you need anything, y'all, just reach out. Bye, guys. Have an amazing night.